Virgil Ortiz is back on his mission. This Saturday will see the young welterweight return in Fort Worth, Texas, heading up a DAZN card. Let's talk about what may be in store in the near future for Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is returning to the ring this Saturday on the DAZN broadcast. Originally scheduled to fight earlier in the year, he was sidelined with a condition called rhabdomyolysis, and it is a disorder where the breakdown of muscle tissues that releases a damaging protein into the blood. Some scary stuff there, but he has been treated and will return to the ring this Saturday, August 6th. Now, the thing about Virgil is he has been one of the leading youthful contenders in the welterweight division, with his eyes toward a title opportunity. Particularly, he had his sights focused on Terrence Crawford for that WBO strap. Starting out with the Garcia camp, he has moved away from the Garcias, but now Virgil feels that after being on DAZN, he may be vying for a title, especially if Errol Spence vacates and moves up to 154 pounds in the near future. So a title opportunity for him may be just around the corner. It depends on who he may face off against. It's a very good chance that he'll be positioned for a title shot because he just has that type of backing, and there are people who want to see him get the opportunity. Coming in this Saturday with a record of 18-0 with 18 KOs, he's an aggressive boxer puncher, and he looks to try to attack his opponent, break them down, work the body, and land power shots. His fight against Egidijus Kavaliauskas saw him in a tug-of-war battle for a moment where Kavaliauskas appeared to hurt Ortiz earlier in the fight, and it saw him trying to regain his balance and whatnot. He never hit the canvas, but Kavaliauskas had him reeling. Once he got his bearings cleared, he was able to come on and break Kavaliauskas down. Once Kavaliauskas took a knee in the fight, it seemed that the fight was over. He didn't seem to have the competitive championship spirit. And you have to question guys that really don't want to get up and fight back. Once they appear to be dropped, hurt, knocked down, the fight seems to leave them. That's Kavaliauskas, his MO, and he displayed that against Ortiz. What I liked that Ortiz displayed on that evening was he did bounce back after being stunned and hurt. Even though he mentioned in the post-fight he wasn't hurt that badly, he was hurt. But he showed resolve and he came back and he pulled the victory out, which is always something good when a guy faces some type of opposition. on a test, and he's able to persevere. Some fighters don't get tested like that early in their career before becoming a world champion, and the tests happen after they become championship fighters. But that's when you want to be prepared for adversity. Ortiz was in a battle similar in the same venue a year ago when he faced 140-pound titleist Maurice Hooker, who's now 27-2 with 3 draws and 18 KOs last March. The competitive fight between friendly rivals ended with Ortiz preserving his perfect knockout win ratio with the 7th round stoppage. The good thing about that fight was it was action-packed. Hooker was given as good as he got, and he seemed to just break down mentally, and Ortiz was able to persevere. It was a very good fight, and now Ortiz has got his sights set onward and upward. His hometown of Grand Prairie, Texas will be excited to see him battling in Fort Worth. Undoubtedly, the arena should be rocking. There should be plenty to turn out and support Ortiz. But what will be next for him? Being that this is moving into the late 3rd quarter of the year, it doesn't appear that there'll be another fight before the end of the year, all determined on how this match goes on this weekend. The opponent this Saturday, Michael McKinson from Portsmouth, Hampshire, UK. Now, the thing about McKinson is he's 22-0 with only 2 knockouts on his record. He's the typical UK fighter that'll be brought in just to see exactly what he can do as far as supplying rounds in this fight. Personally, I don't believe he'll be very effective. I do believe that McKinson may provide some rounds early on for Ortiz, but Ortiz will do away with him in scintillating fashion. They didn't bring this man over here for Ortiz to look bad against. The only thing that he'll have to be concerned with is his bit of ring rust, seeing that it's been a minute since he's been in the ring last. That's the thing about ring rust. By the time he faces McKinson Saturday, it'll be a 51-week gap, pretty much a year since he last fought against Hooker. So his fan base, his handlers will be excited to see what will be in this fight. Now, the other thing about McKinson is this. McKinson being 28 years old, he's 5'9", has a 70-inch reach. And we know that Ortiz Jr. is the type of fighter, he stands 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. He's 24 years old. His youthfulness and his aggression will be the feature here in this bout. Tactically, what I would like to see is if he's able to establish the job and get a body attack in on his opponent this weekend. That's the thing about the young fighters. If they start to invest in the body work, they can get things done. They can break people down easier. It's never easy, but when you put in the work, it can be made to appear to be easier because you've put in the solid work. Body punching, punches well placed. Always targeting the head is a feature that some of these young fighters fall in love with. But that may not be the case with Virgil. I think he's had a chance to sit back and observe what's happening in the sport. And it'll be a good chance to see what improvements and adjustments he's made since the Kavaliauskas fight. What do you think? How do you see it coming for Virgil? Do you think that he'll score a knockout? Do you think he'll just get through the rounds? We'll see. This is Stormy B Man. These are my thoughts on this fight. Leave comments and let me know what you think about where Virgil will land after this fight and which title will he fight for when he gets his shot. We can talk about it as we sit back and watch his performance on August 6th. This is all that I have for you at this time. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Virgil Ortiz, Homegrown. We'll see what he has to offer. Until the next time we meet, peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.